Καλησπέρα σας, καλοί φίλοι τηλεθεατές. Καλώς ορίσατε στην εκπομπή μας Faces, πρόσωπα. Πριν προχωρήσω παρακάτω, allow me to say thank you to our sponsor, Mr. Melis Uris and Anastasia Lodge and Autumn Gardens. Thank you very much. And I would like to welcome Georgina.
Hello.
Georgia in
Georgia.
Greek.
Yeah. Georgia. You call me Georgia.
Yeah, it was Socrates, now it's Hayden.
I know.
Yeah.
I love my husband very much. And, you know,
that's why you...
Yeah, I took the English name, but I was Socrates, which I do miss it.
It's a very nice name, Socrates.
I know,
as well as Hayden, I mean, you know.
Well, it's not as nice as Socrates, but
As long as it's not hiding.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. As long as he's still there and not hiding, it's
yes,
okay.
exactly. And also, our daughters have got big Greek names. You know, we've got Persephone and Electra.
Yes.
So,
oh, lovely.
You know, yeah, we've met half.
Persephone and Electra.
Yeah.
Beautiful name.
Yeah, beautiful. So we thought big Greek names, and they can have the English surname.
How old are they?
3 and 6. So Electra's 3 and
God,
yeah.
Yes.
They're very
beautiful,
sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Georgia, you born in London?
I was born in London, yeah. My Yambapo, my dad's mum and dad, my paternal Yambapo, they had a restaurant in Tufnell Park called Dirlanda for 25 years.
You know, Dirlanda is a well-known song, you know.
Of course.
Oh, Dirlanda, that is one, yes.
Well, that's why it was his nickname. It was my Bapu's nickname. He passed away last year.
They call him Dirlanda?
Yeah. And because I was the most like my Bapu, they called me Dirlandu. That was my nickname growing up. But yeah, so we had the restaurant, and then my mum's mum and dad, they had a delicatessen in Seven Sisters.
Okay.
And so both families very foodie, lots of food, and I grew up.
Do you have brothers, sisters?
I've got one sister, Marie. I call her Lulu. Lulu, and
What's the name? The proper name?
Oh well,
Marulu.
But we can't say that. She'll kill me. She'll kill me.
God, no. Okay, sorry.
She was. But she's changed. She's Marie Lulu.
Okay.
But yes, I call her Lulu.
Lovely. So you went to the school where
So I grew up in Muswell Hill, Crouch End.
Yes.
So I grew up around Muswell Hill, Crouch End. Okay. We had the restaurant in Tufnell Park, Holloway. And I grew up, you know, every weekend was at the restaurant, every summer we were in Cyprus, you know.
So you grew up in a food business?
Yes, very foodie.
Kind of thing,
You know, and I'm really lucky. I had all my grandparents until I was an adult, so my mum's parents until I was in my 20s, and my Bapo only just passed away, my Aya's still alive. You know, she's the Aya that had the restaurant, and she cooks for us every week still. I cook with her every week, you know, she's fantastic. So I feel like I've got a good education, you know, like I got good teaching.
It's real education,
yes.
So did you study anything else, or you went into, the food business straight away? You studied something else?
Yeah, I did study because I went to school and, you know, I loved learning, I loved, education. So I did go to university, I studied fine art. So, you know, I'm a painter and I did history of art. But when I was at university, I realised that I just loved food. You know, I wanted to cook. I didn't want to be a chef. That was the thing because, you know, we had this restaurant, and if you're, you know, it's really hard work. You don't see your family, you know. And I wasn't interested in running a restaurant because I'd grown up in a restaurant. But when I was at university, I wrote to different food magazines and, you know, writers. Anyway, I went on there's a magazine called Delicious, and I went and did work experience, and it was my first week there, and I went on a food shoot, and I learned about this job being a food stylist, and I was like, that's the job I want to do. You know, I want to cook food for photography and for television and for cookbooks, because it's artistic, so it was still using my degree, but it was also just really loving of food, you know, so that was it. So I started working in magazines and things like that. And then after 1 year, I worked with Jamie Oliver. So I got spotted by his food team. And I spent 12 years with him. So I spent 12 years with Jamie, and I did everything. Like, I got to travel the world and do his books, his television. Fantastic. Really good learning. So I always say my Ayas were my first teachers, and then Jamie was my, you know,
So, and when you decided to write your first book?
Yeah, I was at I was working with Jamie at the time.
Okay.
And I always said to him, you know, I want to write books as well. I felt like, you know, it's like 15 years ago, you know, there were some fantastic old school Greek Cypriot cookbooks out there. But I felt like no one had written one for a while. Like there wasn't, you know, we needed something that was a bit more current. You know, the last one, I've got some wonderful ones that I grew up with my mum, but I was like, nothing had been done for a while. And I was like, I really wanted to write my own books and to make Cypriot food feel a bit more current, you know? So he was great and he really helped me, and I went part-time and started writing books. And then when I felt like I found my feet, I left and I'm now on my own. I wrote my first book, Stirring Slowly, which is not Greek, it's a bit more general. It's a bit more like about mindful cooking and holistic cooking. And then my second book is Taverna, which was all about the restaurant and my family, my yayas, my bapuz. You know, it's got old photos in there. And we went to Cyprus to shoot as well. So we did some photography in Cyprus.
Good.
We took the photographer over.
Lovely.
And it was brilliant. Really, you know, got souvla in there, proper authentic recipes. And that was the book I always wanted to write, you know. So
that was your first one.
That was my second one.
The second,
and then my third one was called Nistissima. So I really wanted to. It's not just Greek and Cypriot.
Nistissima for this period of time before the Easter. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I just found it fascinating, like in the food world, and you know, at the moment everyone wants to be vegan. There's lots of talks about being vegan, but there's so many countries and communities where we just eat that way, you know, before Easter, before Christmas. And it's so fascinating, like, you know, growing up, people think of Greek food or Cypriot food as lots of meat, lots of greas, souvla. But actually we eat faji, we, you know, louvi, we, all these,
so many recipes, you know, without any meat or whatever, you know.
Exactly. And that's our natural cuisine, so I wanted to write about that. And then this one is book 4.
It's the fourth one,
This is the fourth book, so this is GREEKISH.
Is this already out in, you know?
No, it comes out on the 25th of April.
20th of April?
Yeah, in 1 week, so 25th of April.
Lovely.
And it's called GREEKISH, and it's probably my most, it's fun, you know. It's Greek and Cypriot, but it's ish. It's like the kind of food that I want to cook for my children, you know. I'm busy, I'm a working mum, lots going on. So, for example, you know, who doesn't love macaroni di forno? Who doesn't love pasticcio? But the thing is, not everyone's got a whole day.
And you can do the macaroni di forno without meat as well, eh?
Of course, my yaya does it with mushrooms, manitaria. But for this one, I did it, what was the thing for me with this book was I wanted to make things a little bit easier and a little bit more accessible. So I made pasticcio, macaroni di forno, but the thing here is you cook it all in one pan. Yeah. So you're not doing the mince, you're not doing the pasta, you're not doing the white sauce, you're doing everything
at the same time
in one pan. So you do the greas, you do the meat. Okay. You make it with lots of stock and water, and then you put the pasta dry in it, and you cook it in the meat.
You cook it, you put oil first.
Oil, you fry the mince, you fry the onions, the spices, the flavours.
Yeah, and then you put the meat.
Then you put the meat, and then you put all
the macaroni on the top.
Yeah, and then you cook the macaroni in the stock. Okay. And then to make the white sauce, you mix like creme fraiche, eggs and cheese. You put it on top, and then you put it onto the grill. And it makes, you know, macaroni di forno, pasticcio can take hours to make. This 45 minutes, done, you know. Much easier. So that's what I wanted to do with the book. I wanted to make Greek food a bit more accessible, you know. It's not just the yayas on a Sunday spending hours and hours.
And easy for moms to cook as well. Yes.
Exactly. You know, working people, busy mums, busy parents, or you know, you want the flavours of, you know, like I was saying to you before, I love spanakopita. I can't always be bothered to make it. So I did spanakopita keftedes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So yeah.
And this is without meat. You know, it's keftedes without meat.
Of course. Yeah. A lot of the book, I would say, there's obviously some meat recipes, but I always conscious to make lots of vegetarian and vegan, and so there's a real range in this one. So lots.
And during all these years, I mean, writing your books and all this, you get to meet famous people like Jimmy Oliver and other, like Tonya Paxton, as you say, and other people. Yeah. And is this, you know, making you like think that it's easy for me to get into this business and I can be successful on this kind of thing? Because, I mean, is this helping you to get into the business by meeting all those famous people?
I think, do you know what it is? I think it's a case with Jamie, because I worked with him for 12 years, and I've always said, I don't necessarily want to be famous. I just want people to buy, like, to cook from my books. That's what I want. And now that I've started doing television, I do lots of live TV in the UK. So there's programs like Saturday Kitchen or This Morning or Sunday Brunch, and I do those shows lots. And I really like it. I love doing television. But for me, I've always wanted to be a writer. I want to represent our culture, our cuisine, and I want to make it a bit more up to date, you know.
You know, I have a good idea. You know, I just pass it to you.
Go on then.
In Cyprus, there are so many villages. You know, they cook very, very traditional, and they keep the traditional recipes from years ago. You know what I mean? They pass it to mothers, to the kids, and all this kind of thing. Because, you know, I watch a program on television, you know, like it's a special program, which is they travel to the villages and they ask the older people there, and they ask them to show them how to cook.
It's the best way to learn.
It's the best way.
Best way to learn.
And they do it. And I mean, you know, you wondering, I mean, you know, is it possible for me to cook it? But it's easy, you know.
It's easy, and I think for me, my biggest thing is learning from my yayas, learning from the older generation, you know. I mean, it would be a dream to travel around Cyprus and Greece and cook with all the yayas and learn all the traditional things, you know. That would just be an absolute dream if, you know, if that was ever to get commissioned. It would be the best thing ever, because for me, like, those traditions, you don't want them to die out. You don't want them to die with the generations. You want to pass them on. You know, like, I feel like my yayas taught me so much, like more than, you know, you would learn in a cookery book. So cookery books are fantastic, but learning from our elders is definitely, you know, and then things change along the way, and we change things with ingredients, and as we grow and learn, and our lives change. But you know, I remember one of the first times, it was after I started Jamie Oliver, and it was Easter, and I wanted to go and learn to make flaunas properly. I'd been making flaunas for years with my yaya, but I went and spent a month in Cyprus on my own, not with my family, and I went up to the mountains in Fini, where my bab's from, and I stayed in the house. And, you know, every day I woke up early, I made the flaunas, I went down to the furno, you know, baked them in.
You put some stafidya?
Yeah, I like stafidya. Do you?
If it does stafidya, I don't eat it. No, sorry. Stafidya.
Do you know, I like them, I do. My family's half and half, so me, I have to do half with stafidya and half.
This is what's happening in families. Some people, they don't like it, but I do.
I love them. I like the sweetness.
You prefer the halloumi, or you prefer cheese?
I actually, when I do them, I do
I think the cheese is better with them.
Well,
cheese,
I do a third halloumi, a third flauna cheese, and a third cheddar. And I like the balance.
You mixed it.
I do a third of each, and I like the salty, cheesy. Do you know what? One of my aunties in Cyprus, she made a beautiful flauna with anari.
Anari, yes.
Really nice. It was fantastic. But, you know, like going over and living in the mountains for a month and learning, it's the best way, you know.
Oh, definitely.
It's fantastic.
How many recipes is in this book?
120.
120?
So there's breakfasts, there's like mezedes, then there's all the dinners that you can cook after work, so quick meals. Then there's a little chapter that's all little souvlaki, it's a different souvlaki, low and slow, so like things like big pieces of meat, slow things. And then all the puddings. The sides, there's a sides where you like your potatoes, all the badades and the salada. And then the desserts.
What is your favorite? I mean, in this book, tell me.
It's really hard.
I mean, it's like when you say,
favorite child.
I'm a mother, I have all my children, but must
really
be a favorite.
Hard. Well, I really love uvetsi. I like
uvetsi,
I love the recipe I've done for uvetsi. It's using a short rib of beef, and it's beautiful. There's badades that I was talking to you about, which
badades antinachtes, but for me it's difficult to cook them.
Well,
but
that
give me a recipe with potatoes, which I can go. I have time still. Go home and cooked
The
potato?
one with the lemon and the feta.
Lemon and feta.
You cut the potatoes into chunks and then you cook them in stock.
You cut them in like chips or?
Yeah, like big fat wedges.
Okay.
And then you cook them, lots of lemoni, lots of stock.
Yes.
Oregano. And then you cook them in the oven until they're really sticky and delicious.
In the oven?
In the oven. And yeah, it's easy. So then you
put some olive oil or?
A bit of oil and some stock.
And then?
And then feta at the end.
Okay.
Really delicious.
How long do you think it's going to take? You know, to do half an hour? Or?
Well, maybe a bit longer, but if you leave soon,
I'm going to do it tonight.
Then you can do it. And you know what my other favourite recipe is? My Aya's favourite recipe.
Which one is it?
Is there's a baklava cheesecake.
Okay.
So you make it like a baklava with fillo outside.
And then you put...
and then in the middle, but the cheesecake has got feta in it. So it's a bit salty, it's a bit sweet, it's got honey, goodness. It's one of my favourite recipes. I love that.
Yeah, my favourite actually, you know, and the easiest one is, you know, yours knows, avkavrasta. You know.
Which one's that?
Avkavrasta.
Oh, avkavrasta. Scrambled or boiled?
Yes.
Scrambled?
No,
boiled?
Boiled. It's easier, you know, you put it in, plenty of water.
With soldiers?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Listen, I don't judge you. I love eggs.
I
was
wondering, shall I put the salt, you know, while I put the water and the eggs, or shall I put the salt afterwards?
You're so funny. Just boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs.
Boiled eggs. I mean,
beautiful.
Listen,
and you know,
I don't judge.
I mean, it's easy.
It is easy. And eggs are so good for you. But you know, jokes aside, in the morning, boiled eggs, a few olives, a little bit of gabira, delicious, lovely.
Because I eat more vegetables.
Yeah. Well, it's important to eat eggs. If you're not eating meat, then it's important to get your protein, you know? Yeah.
So,
that's okay. You can have your eggs.
That's my favorite, yes. But I'm going to do potatoes.
You do the potatoes? Yes.
Tonight.
Do those, fantastic.
Yeah.
And you eat chicken?
I eat chicken.
So there's a lovely.
Tell me about the chicken. Which one is?
I'll tell you which one's lovely. It's very simple, and it's chicken in the oven with rice.
Okay.
And it's got it's got lots of lemon again. It's got garlic, oregano. It's got a bit of
using plenty of lemon, yes.
Lots of lemon, and this one's got fideh with the rice as well. And it's lovely because all the juices from the chicken thighs go into the fideh and the rice.
Oh my God!
And you do it all at one time, and it's a lovely, it's a really nice one pan. Because you know it's like we're busy. Who wants to do 5 pans? You know, 1 pan in the oven. It's a lovely recipe, that one.
Yeah, but you do the chicken with macaroni as well, yes?
There's chicken macaroni. You know, that's the classic, the village, the macaroni.
That one I like.
Yeah,
as well,
I put a bit of lahana in there as well.
Lahana,
Yeah, I like a bit of greens as well. Just, you know, I'm trying to get vegetables in my children always.
Yeah.
We all need vegetables, you know.
Definitely, yes.
It's good for us. But chicken and macaroni, and then chicken and delicious.
In a pan.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah, delicious.
That's good.
If you like chicken, you can have.
I might do this, but some other time.
Yeah,
tonight,
of course.
Potatoes.
Tonight we're having the potatoes. Perfect.
Potatoes.
And I made you some cookies.
Yeah.
So
after the potatoes?
After potatoes.
The cookies, yes.
This recipe, I sent myself crazy.
I look forward to this.
Well, they've got feta. So they've got cherries, white chocolate, but all the white bits is feta crumbled up. And I did it, I must have tested them like 20 times. And my Aya, oh my God, she loves them.
She loves them,
She's like, I think it's her favourite recipe.
How about Hayden?
My husband, Peter.
Pedro.
We call him Pedro. He loves it.
He loved it. He managed to get into this easy, or
he loves it. He loves Greek food. He loves Cypriot food so much. I think my Aya prefers him to me. Honestly, I think she loves him more than me because he will eat anything. If she puts 10 chef Dalia in front of him, he'll just eat them. He loves our food. Yeah. He's a good boy.
How about the girls?
They're really good. They are good. I was saying to you,
I suppose they eat plenty of potatoes, the girls.
They eat lots of potatoes. The little one, she doesn't love the potatoes. They love fudgy.
Fudgy? Do they?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Fudgy, bravo.
I loved fudgy growing up.
I love it too.
Oh, so
Βάζεις και ρύζι μέσα. You put some rice as well. well? Or?
Yeah, sometimes I put.
I like fajou with rice.
I like it with rice. I also like it with gritharaki.
Gritharaki.
Yeah, my mum does it with gritharaki. My aunt does it with rice. So I like them both.
There's another recipe I wanted to ask you because I tried a couple of times and I didn't manage.
Which one? Fajji?
No. Αυκά με κολοκούθια με τα αυκά.
Oh, lovely. You need quite a bit of oil.
You do?
Yeah, I would. I would cook the kolokui.
Olive oil.
In olive oil, yeah.
You cook the kolokui first.
Yeah. You want
know what
to fry it.
I think the reason I didn't manage to make it good is because I don't like to put plenty of eggs.
Okay.
In this case, you need to, but
it's better if you make it for a few people, or my yaya used to make it, and she would just not eat it all and then have it as like a mezze, after like cold.
But I love it.
I love it. I love everything. I love it with manidari. I love it with kolokui. I love them.
You like the anginares?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have any recipe?
Anginares. Do you know what? I'm trying to think. Only because anginares,
you can't find them here.
They're not as, because with this one I was trying to make it more like a supermarket.
Okay.
Very easy, accessible. Yeah. And anginares, I did. Do you know what?
Next time, your next book.
Yeah.
It has to be about recipes from villages. Anginares, agrelia, all of these kinds of things. Oh my God.
Do you know what I did for Nistissima? I got recipes from all over. And I spoke to this one woman and she gave me a beautiful recipe and I never heard of it before. It's tava, but because it's Nistissimo, she uses anginares instead of the lamb. Honestly, it's so beautiful. Using anginares and then with the rice and the cumin. It is a lovely recipe. So that one's in Nistissima. But anginares on the whole, otherwise, I just think they can be quite, like for most people, cleaning them is, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I love them. I roast them with potatoes.
Tell me about the book. I mean, it's going to be out the 20th. Okay, where? I mean, where anybody can find it?
You can find it anywhere. So it's out in the UK, 25th of April. In America, it's in June. And
you're going to America to?
I might try and go. They're going to come and film at my house in 2 weeks, which will be very exciting for CBS. But you can get it on Amazon, Waterstones, everywhere. Bookshop.org, all the shops, Daunts. But yeah, you can order it anywhere. There's lots of options. But
tell me about this morning. I mean, you're doing this morning. When is the next one?
So I'm on this morning, Saturday Kitchen. I'm doing this week. I'm doing it on Saturday. That's the first one. Okay. And then this morning, I'm doing it the day the book comes out.
Talk about the book.
Yes, I'm doing it on the 25th. So next Thursday. And that'll be brilliant because it'll be the day it comes out. We can celebrate. And I'm going to cook a few dishes. I'm going to do some...
Same time in a program, yes.
Yes, so I'm going to cook... I do a whole block of halloumi. And you roast it with apricots. It's really beautiful. It's really simple.
This one here.
It's got only a few... It's halloumi, olive oil, apricots.
You do it as a whole and
then you score it. So you get the whole block of halloumi and then you crisscross it like you would maybe like a chicken breast. And then you grill it with apricots, honey, a little bit of oregano and olive oil, and that's it. 5 ingredients. And at the end you put the honey.
Melly.
So beautiful because you get the salty, the sweet. So I think I'm doing this one on this morning, and also there's a lovely lamb chops recipe with hummus. So you put hummus and then you grill the lamb chops, spices. So I'm going to demonstrate those on this morning. So that's next week. I'm excited.
Beautiful.
This morning's fun. It's really it's lovely.
And you doing any other television programs?
So this morning, Saturday Kitchen, Sunday Brunch. I did some filming that will be out in the summer with Ainsley Harriott as well. So there's quite a few things lined up, and doing CBS for America.
Yes.
But it's good.
Bravo, that's good.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, so your future plans, I suppose, is might be going to Cyprus and visit the villages and
listen. I'm going to Cyprus in August,
so you're gonna investigate.
Yeah, do some more cooking. Every time I love to go cooking. Last time we went to visit some nuns, beautiful monastery, and cooked with them and saw how they grow. They think it's I love it. Yeah, every time.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. So,
thank you so much.
Yeah, lovely.
Next time you're going to come to my house and I can cook for you.
Yeah. We can try with George and the other team and come and do a recipe there.
I would love that.
Yes.
That would be lovely, Vasily.
Yes,
Thank
definitely,
you.
yes.
Perfect.
So, okay, it's been nice to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank
Pro
you.
sopha faces.
Thank you.
And what else can I say? I mean, I wish you all the best.
Thank you
with
so
your,
much.
Plans and
Yeah.
with the kids to grow up and be beautiful people. And you are hiding, Peter or Petros, with the rest of the family.
Thank you.
And, I'm looking forward to talk about your next book.
Thank you. Yes,
Okay?
thank you so much. Thank you, Vasily.
What is your message to students? Students
Oh.
they have to cook.
Students have to cook.
Yeah. What is the easiest
Oh,
way
well,
to deal with? Yeah.
Well, the thing is with students, I would say like the weeknight chapter's quick. They want quick and easy.
You know,
they've got one
I'm
pan.
asking you.
Go on.
Because my daughter, she's a student.
Okay.
Right? And
Does she eat well?
well, this is the problem.
This is the
you
problem.
see. That's why a problem. Yeah, goes into the supermarket.
Yeah.
And gets ready food. You know. And I say, why don't you cook? I don't have any time, Dad.
Well,
You know.
listen, if you're getting a ready meal, by the time you put the oven on and you put it in for 25 minutes,
you can cook.
You could have made this halloumi.
Exactly. Yes.
Takes 8 minutes.
So I'm going to give her this book.
Fantastic. I love that.
And she's going to, the next time,
she's going to make halloumi
I'm ask her
apricots.
to make halloumi for me.
Fantastic.
Okay?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Send me a picture.
Yes, I will. Yes, yeah. Thank you very much, Georgina.
Thank you, Vasily.
It's
Thank
been nice
you.
to have you.
Ditto. Thank you.
Beautiful lady.
Oh,
Lovely.
thank
And,
you.
You know, I love people who care about their families.
Thank you. I really do. I really do. I
yeah.
feel very, very lucky, and I
Yes,
feel, it's privileged.
Yes.
Thank you.
And hopefully we see you soon when you have the...
Yeah.
And we're going to try to see if we can come and do something in your kitchen.
Perfect.
Film you there when you're cooking.
I would love that.
Yes.
I'll make you some patatas.
Patates, andinactes. Patates andinactes.
I will make you the patatas and
Yeah,
and
because I
dinactes.
can't make them. I don't know
I
how to...
will make them for you.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Yeah, I don't know how to do the,
The shaking.
Yeah, shaking.
Yeah.
To andinagma.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
breaking them.
Yes,
I know.
yes.
I'll show you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I have to say a big thank you to our sponsor, Mr. Melisouris, Autumn Gardens, Anastasia Lodge, and the rest of the family there. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening. And you and me, we're going to be together next Sunday, same time, around 8:30. Look after yourselves. Have a good night. Bye.